Hi everybody, Angel here. Hope you're doing great. And today I want to come on and talk about some quick tips for going plant-based raw vegan. And I've really enjoyed my raw vegan journey, and I want to share some tips with you that I included in an ebook some years ago. So the link is available in my bio, the link labeled books basically, and you can find that particular link in my bio. And so I wanted to come on and give you these 12 tips to get you started on your plant-based raw vegan journey. Now, the disclaimer, of course, is that no content in this book should ever be used as a substitute for direct medical advice from your doctor or other qualified clinician. So let's get started. I'm going to summarize these tips for you. And before I do that, I want to share some of the top reasons why I am super attracted to the raw vegan diet and why I really enjoy the raw vegan diet. Number one, there's an abundance of hydration in the raw fruits and vegetables. So you get that natural water, that natural hydration in the fruits and vegetables. Number two is the high fiber, protein, and healthy fat content in raw plant foods. And that includes nuts and seeds, sprouted beans and peas. You can even sprout quinoa, which is a complete protein. So I really like that. Number three is the high vibrations and energy that I feel when I consume colorful raw plant foods. And number four is the retention of the nutrients that are preserved by not cooking the foods over a certain temperature. And I'll get into that once I start the tips. So let's go with the first quick tip. So the first quick tip is really to define what is raw vegan. And the accepted definition of raw is that your diet will consist of at least 75% by weight of the diet would be raw plant foods. So that means that some people might choose to, consume some cooked food in their diet, while others aim for close to 100% or as close as they want to get. So, sometimes there are foods that we think are raw. However, they have actually been steamed or pasteurized. So that's why some people don't really reach like 100%. Some of these examples would be, for example, cashews. Cashews are not raw. They are not allowed to be sold raw. And so they are cooked and processed to a certain extent to remove some of the toxins in the cashew shell. So there's that. And then the next tip is, what does a raw vegan diet consist of? Now, raw vegan diet consists mainly of uncooked, unprocessed foods ranging from raw fruits and vegetables, nuts, seeds, and some popular foods like raw cacao and raw sprouts. And typically, the raw vegan diet includes a wide variety of colorful plant foods that are super yummy and nutritious. Next tip, what is considered raw? Foods that are considered raw, if they haven't been exposed to temperatures higher than 118 degrees Fahrenheit or 48 degrees Celsius. So many raw food diets include mainly plant foods that have not been exposed to heat other than the heat of the sun. So that would be, for example, you pick a mango off the tree, you pick an avocado off the tree. So only the heat of the sun is actually basically influenced that particular raw food. And those foods are considered living foods. You can also use, let's say, artificial means of heating food, like a dehydrator, which I'll get into. And so I personally find that eating raw plant foods without applying any heat preserves the freshness, the color, the texture, the hydration, and the flavor and the natural form of the food. And so these authentic, original, and untouched qualities can be very appealing. For example, some people will make like applesauce, right? Or apple pie or something. So that means they are heating the apples, let's say in the oven at like 350 degrees Fahrenheit or something like that. And so they're really applying like super high temperatures of heat, and that can really destroy some of the nutrients, rather than, for example, let's say blending the apples, in a blender, food processor with a little bit of liquid, and keeping it, as raw and as natural as possible. So that's just a quick example. The next tip is, what do raw vegans mainly eat? So raw vegans mainly eat fresh organic plant foods in a wide variety of vibrant colors, textures, flavors, shapes, and sizes, all to ensure consuming the powerful benefits of raw plant foods. So here's a quick list of what I found that raw vegans consume. These are just big categories, of course. So raw fresh fruit, dried fruit, fresh vegetables, fresh pressed juices, sprouted seeds and peas, nuts, seeds, raw butters from nuts and seeds, raw herbs and spices, sea vegetables, cacao, carob, and extra virgin coconut oil, which you can also get raw as well. So minimal heat applied to these foods. So what else do raw vegans eat is what you might be asking. Some raw vegan diets do include some plant foods that have been exposed to what we could consider artificial heat, like the heating process in a dehydrator, and the heat setting would not go over 118 degrees Fahrenheit or 48 degrees Celsius. So examples of these dehydrated foods could be certain dried fruits, crackers, cereals, pizzas, sprouted raw breads, cakes and other desserts, cookies, etc. And often, they're very beautifully created and super yummy, although they have had some of the hydration taken out in a dehydrator. But they're still considered raw if they don't go over that range of temperatures. I'll just repeat them: 118 degrees Fahrenheit or 48 degrees Celsius. So what's the fastest growing raw vegan group is the next tip. The fastest growing group is the group of people who are on a high raw diet, and that diet is between 50 and 74% raw by weight. So another way of looking at this is the group of people who are kind of called raw till 4, or raw till dinner time, or whatever their last meal might be. So they typically will consume raw meals until, let's say, 4 p.m. or somewhere around there, somewhere in the afternoon or evening. And then they might consume a cooked meal later. So this is a really great way to get the best of both worlds in the benefits, with the benefits of the raw plant foods and the comfort and familiarity and coziness and warmth of cooked food. So it really depends on your goals. It really depends on what you have access to. It's a personal decision. If you want to be, exploring the high raw diet as well. In my quick guide, I do kind of just, encapsulate what is a high raw vegan diet. So again, it's a raw vegan diet that consists of 50 to 74% raw plant foods by weight of the total weight of one's daily food consumption. Now, this can go back and forth. In other words, there may be days when you are, raw, right? So you're over 75%, you're 80%, 90%, you could even be 100%. And then there may be other days when you are high raw, between, let's say, 50 and 75%, somewhere around there. So it really just depends on what your goals are, your preferences, what you have available to you, etc. The next tip covers the gadgets that raw vegans use. So there are lots of different gadgets you can, put in your kitchen. Some of them are very portable as well. You could travel with them. And so some of the gadgets that are a little, quite popular are blenders, food processors, spiralizers, juicers, graters, mandolin slicers. Please be careful with your fingers with the mandolin slicers, and dehydrators. Those are some of the main popular gadgets that raw vegans tend to use. Of course, a really good knife is is key for me personally anyway, on my raw vegan journey. The next tip is how to find raw vegans online. So I have found the internet to be extremely helpful on my raw vegan journey. I found lots of interesting raw vegan information, resources, and people from whom I continuously find inspiration and information. Lots of recipes are out there. You can also get involved in different groups on Facebook, for example. Take some workshops, and I have some really great information on the on my website, happyenergyjourney.com, that you can check out as well. Now, when it comes to hashtags for searching for some of the results for raw vegans, of course, let's say you're on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or TikTok or somewhere. Some of the, I guess you could say, obvious, hashtags are hashtag raw vegan, hashtag raw vegans of IG, hashtag raw vegan food, all kinds of different hashtags that you can use. And then you can also put in plain text searches that are super helpful, particularly on, let's say on your favorite internet browser or in YouTube. You can just type in raw vegan recipes, raw vegan club, raw vegan groups, raw vegan weight loss, raw vegan menu, raw vegan meal plan, raw vegan food list, or high raw vegan, basically any combination that includes the words raw and vegan will really, yield some really cool information out there. So I encourage you to have a look and see what's out there. There's so many creators out there providing awesome information. So, and then next tip, which raw vegan book is helpful to read? So I found a book called Becoming Raw by Brenda Davis and Visanto Melina to be super helpful on my raw vegan journey. It really gives you a lot of nutritional details, and it provides a variety of perspectives on the raw vegan diet. And, there's a lot of, let's just say, discussion, controversy, brouhaha about the raw vegan diet. Lots of debates about which raw vegan diet is the best, because there are various diets, which we can get into another time. And so I really learned a lot from this book. So it's called Becoming Raw by Brenda Davis and Visanto Melina. So if you're interested, you can check that out. And then who are some inspiring raw vegans to follow on social media? Now, there are a ton. So I'm not going to list, all of them. And in my quick guide that I actually created a few years ago that's easily downloadable from Amazon, I had actually only included a super short list. And so I'm going to just kind of throw these two out there. I've been following them for, now, 4.5 years. And the first one is Fully Raw Christina. So I find her super inspiring. And also The Raw Advantage. I also find him very, very inspiring. Of course, you will find your own favorites along the way. I have some loads of other people I also follow on social media. But it's just to kind of give you an idea. Next point, where to meet other raw vegans. So there are tons of places you can meet other raw vegans. Either in person or online. You can go to, raw vegan restaurants, smoothie bars, juice bars, farmers markets, and fruit festivals. So those are awesome places to meet like-minded people who are interested in the high vibrations, high energy, and high nutrition, high fiber, high frequency that we find on the raw vegan diet. Now, there are lots and lots of fruit festivals around the world. I'm just going to give you a couple. I'll just mention a couple here. One is the Woodstock Fruit Festival, and the other one is Fruit Fest. The UK Fruit Fest. So one is the Woodstock Fruit Festival, and the other one is the UK Fruit Fest. So you can easily find those, and I have links for those in my quick guide as well. So that wraps up the tips that I have in my quick guide. Thanks so much for tuning in, either live or on the replay. And the title of the quick guide is called A Quick Guide to Going Plant-Based Raw Vegan, 12 Tips to Get You Started. And you have a link in my bio to my books that are super easily downloadable on Amazon. I also have a raw vegan session coming up. If you're interested, this Saturday, you can choose the time that you want to schedule yourself, and it's for a raw vegan reset on January 13th. So again, you will choose the time that interests you, and we will go over a personalized one-on-one session to either start or reset your raw vegan journey so that we can optimize your diet and lifestyle that will align with your happy energy journey life goals. So it's very, very individualized. I also have another workshop on meditation, January 20th, where I will lead you in a guided group meditation. You'll learn how to relax, reduce stress, improve your focus, enhance sleep, and increase awareness for overall well-being for all levels of experience. So you don't have to have any experience at all for this. You can just join that. And then a third workshop on January 27th. It's called Travel Well. And I will teach you how to travel well around the world with my expert tips, advice, and insights that I have collected from traveling to 6 out of 7 continents. So I am super duper excited about that as well. I'm organizing retreats this year. So, stay tuned for those. You can sign up for the mailing list when it's ready. You can just, tap the link in my bio and check out the retreats link to sign up, so that when I'm ready to launch the retreats this year, you will be ready on the mailing list. So that's it for today. And I wish you a super beautiful day or night, wherever you are in the world. And yesterday I did a quick live, so you can check that out on my page as well. And I was basically just giving an overview of Happy Energy Journey and the 7 lifestyle modalities, as well as some other general information that I have available. So thanks so much for tuning in, either live or on the replay. I wish you a beautiful rest of your day, and see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.